This week on Channel 8 News, we'll take a look at how the Northwest community voiced their concerns with the Northwest Board of Regents' recent decision to not renew Dr. John Jasinski's contract, as well as a recent update to the Logan Fainter case that took place earlier this semester.
After that, we'll be looking at an exhibit displaying clothing and stories of sexual assault survivors and more. Your Channel 8 News starts right now.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News, the show that provides the news coverage at the Northwest Missouri State University campus and in the Maryville community. I'm Courtney Rowe.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert. Before getting into this week's stories, like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button for all the latest news and updates.
Absolutely. Now moving on, the Northwest Board of Regents met on April 12th to further their discussion regarding Dr. John Jasinski's contract not being renewed. Students, faculty, staff, and 168 members of the community joined the Zoom meeting to express their views and concerns about the Regents' decision. 1993 graduate Tracy Steele wrote a letter looking for answers to the board's decision after all of the confusion about Dr. John Jasinski's non-renewal, which received over 130 signatures in total. He says, in that letter, we call on the board to provide transparency into the decision to oust President Jasinski. I understand there are certain privacy considerations, but I would urge you not to use those legitimate concerns as a pretext to entirely conceal your decision-making process in this matter or any others.
Other students, faculty, staff, and community members expressed their views expressing the lack of transparency and confusion of the board's decision. After hearing all the public comments, the Regents moved into a closed session. Board of Regents Chairman John Moore stated, "I'm sure the remaining members of the board, we may not agree with them all, but we certainly appreciate you taking time to voice them, and we very much appreciate that. There are a lot of passionate people who really care about this university, as do we. So thank you for taking the time to participate today." The next meeting is set to be in person on May 4th to discuss increasing transparency and another public comment section. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the update on the Logan Fainter case. Stay tuned for more.
The longest-running sports television show at Northwest Missouri State, Bearcat Update, is back. The Northwest baseball team continued their stretch of MIAA action all throughout this week. The Bearcat football team held its annual spring football game at Bearcat Stadium. You won't want to miss this week's episode of Bearcat Update. You can check out all of our episodes of Bearcat Update on our YouTube, KNWT, Channel 8.
Features, highlights, interviews.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Alexis Kuhnert.
And I'm Courtney Rowe.
We have another update about the Logan Fainter case back in February. University police arrested Fainter after an investigation into 2 reports of a suspect recording individuals in a female bathroom on the 3rd floor of Milliken Hall.
According to the university police, 2 female students completed voluntary written reports describing similar incidents on January 27th and February 5th. These reports described a white male pointing a cell phone camera over or under the shower stall they occupied while they were nude. Both victims verified they did not give anyone consent to photograph, film, videotape, produce, or otherwise create an image of them in the shower.
Logan D. Fainter appeared in court on April 12th with his attorney, who requested the case moved to a later date. Associate Circuit Judge Robert Rice approved the proposal and set a preliminary hearing for 2 p.m. on May 17th.
For more updates regarding the case, be sure to stay tuned to Channel 8 News. On that note, though, throughout April, Northwest is spotlighting the importance of sexual assault awareness with visual displays and wellness resources for students, faculty, and staff. Our field reporter Kenzie has more.
The month of April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and it is important that we acknowledge how real this is still happening. To make people more aware, the Vice President of Health and Wellbeing, Chris Dahl, spoke about the display, What You Were Wearing in the Admin Building. This display shows what people were wearing when their attack happened.
I think what's really important is just to increase the level of awareness about sexual assault, and that's really what this month is about. And the idea with the what you were wearing displays particularly is that that is often used as an excuse, and it sure shouldn't be. And I think that's really to put that in people's faces so that they're really thinking about that can't be, that needs to be taken out of the equation.
Dahl also stated what resources were available to help educate people as well as those who have been affected by this type of incident.
So there's a number of resources on campus. Certainly, one-on-one resources with our counseling center. Our wellness education and prevention area does a number of programs like the Green Dot program. So the Green Dot program is about creating again, culture on campus of support and bystander awareness, and those that can ensure that sexual violence, sexual assaults don't happen on our campus.
April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, but we should be aware of it at all times. If you'd like to check out the display, you can go to the admin building on the first floor. With the stories that matter to you, this has been Kenzie Denning with Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Kenzie. When we come back, we'll be looking at a new beauty service provider in the Maryville community, along with changes to the age restrictions on COVID-19 boosters. Don't go away.
Kirsten, what are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing here? Making TikToks? And it's not about what I do. It's about what we do here. So we start with storyboarding the content we want to create for our clients. It could be anyone from small businesses, nonprofits, and organizations both on campus and in the Maryville community. We write, we film, we edit, we create, and then we wait. So if you're someone who thinks you need us, we are KNWT Creative Services.
Welcome to the world of Gen 2, your favorite show for all things gaming and rarely tech-related. Let's see what Pokemon the crew chooses.
Step aside, I'll go first. I'm gonna pick on the leaderboard.
Good choice. I'm gonna stick with my favorite, the Rundown.
Dang, I wanted that one. No, actually, this one's way better. I choose Apex and Chill.
What? You guys left the best one for me. I choose GameCube.
Watch their journeys on the KNWT Channel 8 YouTube page.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert. The Lash Lab is now open in Maryville to provide both Northwest students and the Maryville community with lash extensions and other beauty services. They are currently working with the university to bring diversity in beauty services like hair braiding and extensions, which haven't been brought to light in Maryville. Reporter Kirsten Stokes has more on the story.
Lashes, beauty, and confidence. Founder Sierra Martin strives to create a positive environment at the new Lash Lab located on East 2nd Street. I spoke with her about her esthetician journey and her new role as CEO.
So my name is Sierra. My journey started about 5 years ago when I enrolled into the aesthetics program at Zanana Academy. I've been doing lashes for 5 years. I started off focusing on like skincare and makeup and that type of thing, brow waxing, and then I really decided I was like definitely more interested in lash extensions, and I got more into that, so I've been focusing on that.
Not only does the Lash Lab provide lash extension services, but nail cosmetics, hairstyling, and makeup artist. Because of the versatility, Sierra incorporated like-minded businesswomen to work with her at the Lash Lab.
Throughout my journey, I've had a lot of support like that, just through coworkers, other women in the beauty industry, and it really makes a big impact on you just as an individual and also as a business owner. So it's really my goal as a business owner now to create that impact on others as well.
Through connections with the university, Sierra not only wants to provide hair and makeup services to diverse individuals, but hire hair braiders and more to make up for the lack of services like these in the Maryville community.
Having all of the support that I had, I do realize and I recognize that, diverse individuals may not have those same opportunities, that same level of support. So just really kind of working to bridge the gap and personally creating opportunities for diverse individuals and things like that is really another goal of mine as a business owner.
To learn more about the Lash Lab, you can click the link in our description box below. For the stories that matter to you, I'm Kirsten Stokes with Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Kirsten. In other news, kids 5 to 11 may soon be eligible for a COVID-19 booster shot. Pfizer and BioNTech plan to submit for emergency use authorization.
After the companies say results from a study reveal a third vaccine dose in that age group shows high immune response, CNN reporter Mandy Gaither has more on the findings and a timeline for seeking authorization.
In just released data, Pfizer and BioNTech say kids 5 to 11 who took part in a clinical trial testing a third dose of COVID-19 vaccine had a 36-fold increase in antibodies against Omicron at least 6 months after their second shot. The companies say the boosters were well tolerated with no new safety signals and plan to request FDA authorization in the coming days.
People 12 and older, to be up to date on your vaccines would include a booster. That hasn't been the case for 5 to 11-year-olds because there is no authorized booster yet for that age group. This may change that.
During the Omicron surge, studies from New York and the CDC found the effectiveness of Pfizer's vaccine in this age group fell from 68% to about 12% against COVID-19 infection, but 2 doses still protected against severe illness leading to hospitalization.
If somebody is high risk, in particular in this age group, has some pre-existing condition and there's a lot of concern, then I think that this is going to be something that is going to be really important.
In the U.S., new COVID-19 cases are trending up in about half of states, but hospitalizations are still near the lowest on record despite an uptick in some Northeast states, leading some places to relax restrictions. But top U.S. health officials say remaining vigilant is still key.
In that respect, you wouldn't call it a crisis, but you don't want to forget about it because we know what variants can do.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Again, that was Mandy Gaither with CNN. Well, that is all the time we have here at Channel 8 News, but before we go, be sure to click on the links below to rewatch certain sections of our show and find some information about upcoming events that were mentioned in this episode.
We also want to hear from you guys on these stories, so leave a comment down below. And be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications button for all the latest news, updates, and other content right here on our YouTube page at KNWT TV.
From all of us here at Channel 8 News and for the stories that matter to you, I'm Courtney Rowe.
And I'm Alexis Kuhnert.
And have a great night.